Ladies and gentlemen, we are full past the full release of College Football 25. And look, we're sitting here in a little situation where this game is action-packed. The online mode is breaking more remote controllers than anything in the entire world. There's some craziness, some funness, some silliness. Most importantly, College Football 25 means college football video games are back and we can put Madden on the shelf. Except that I think this is actually a Madden reskin. Let me get into it. Okay, let's break it down a little bit. Right, we discussed some things that being broken. We've even talked about in some of my older videos about the things that are missing purely from this game that are in a decade older game, right? Today, we're here to kind of focus mostly on the gameplay, right? There's a lot of things that can be said about, Dynasty, Road to Glory, a lot of different tweaks and hums and haws that do need to be addressed, but I feel like kind of, chopping them up and getting a little more deeper into each thing is going to be a better attack and situation, right? So I want to talk about the gameplay. Before I even get into it, I want to say the first point is that this gameplay is fun. It's exhilarating. I feel like replicates that thing when we talk about a Pac-12 After Dark, when we talk about Maction, when we talk about just pure excitement and craziness. This is what we're talking about. It feels snappy, it feels fun, it feels electric, it feels like we're on another level of football, but there's some nastiness to go along with that, right? So my handy dandy notes here is actually up top. Number one, you can't get a stop to save your life, son. And I get that. A lot of people have been saying this, and I have to agree with them because look, I'm bad at the game. I've been bad at Madden historically. I'm a menu merchant, as the kids like to say. Okay, I'm always the guy making dope scenarios, setting up crazy computer situations, doing Road to Glory with 6'9" quarterbacks. That's my alley and alleyway. Okay, so the wigglies and all this craziness and the users. Now I got me a user now. I do it. I do that. And I will say, side note, users feel reasonable. I feel like some Maddens, they mess it up. Some other Maddens, it's hard to do users. Very reasonable users on Madden, but tackling on Madden might as well be non-existent. If you're going to be playing online, you're going to face two different types of defense. Well, three. You're going to have the nano blitzer. You're going to have the I'm going to load the box and dare you to throw the ball. And then you've got the guy who has no idea what's going on. He's just here trying to play the game. He's in a 43 for some reason. He don't know. He's sitting in cover 3. He's confused, okay? Let him play some foosball, okay? We're not going to do too much on him, but it is, and it's not just like players bounce off you too much or whatever. No. When players are reasonable, they reasonably go down. If you get to a player, he will come down as long as it's not from behind. Don't get pause, but don't get me started. If you're running at someone from behind, you might as well just stop. You're gonna do that little brush pass thing. That is the most annoying animation in the entire world. I don't know why. If someone's in front of you, you just can't skababble them. Like, give me his ankles, son. Give me his ankles. But they won't give it to me. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so tackling is incredibly impossible. Defense as a whole is incredibly impossible. But to be honest with you, it's okay because I think it does a good job at representing what college football gameplay is. I saw a bunch of tweets talking about people are mad about how unrealistic it is, and then they show a picture of Najee Harris like stiff arming another 18-year-old man into the dirt and then jumping over 3 other people. Like, so I'm not mad at it being like that. I just wish there was a way to tackle. I don't know. I know hit sticks are good, but I just feel like as much as running is so satisfying in this game, and they need to keep it. I'm not saying that. Just allow me to tackle a little bit, or just an online. I think that would be fine. If we keep it when it's whatever the computer. I know you can adjust your own sliders, but how about when we go online? How about we let people to tackle, huh? How about we let me not have the worst angles? And that's the biggest point I need to say. I'm okay with it hard being able to tackle. But the fact that I need to be replaying my old linebacker drills in my head when I'm playing this game trying to find the right angle, that's a little bit absurd. I'm having flashbacks of middle school linebacker drills. We gotta find a happy medium here. That's all I'm saying. Continuing on, offensive line blocking. Again, this goes in accordance to the whole realism, because there's not a lot of great offensive linemen in college. There's a lot of big dudes. There's some skillful dudes, but to really even at that level, even though offensive linemen get more technical at college, of course, coming from high school, and they are very technical and very capable, you're not at the NFL where these guys are literal savants when it comes to pass blocking, run blocking, understanding and fitting different fits for the defense. This is a different level. So I get that. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to co-opt Madden's terrible gameplay and some of their shortcomings by just saying, "Oh, but college football is like that." I'm not going to allow y'all to do that. Okay, y'all aren't going to say, because it's impossible to do angles and sometimes this physics-based engine seems to just throw the physics away randomly whenever certain animations happen. Like we got to be honest here. It would be different if it feels like people are spinning and jumping and running and y'all just can't stop them. Y'all just can't touch it. That's different. Okay, this dude's getting wiggly. I can get behind a running back completely slicing up my defense. I'm all good with that. What I can't deal with is that my 240-pound linebacker that I perfectly placed in the hole, and I read this thing perfectly. I don't know how this 200-pound running back is either slipping off me, sliding off. It's not even like a truck. It's always like like when Alvin Kamara is running. Like Alvin Kamara don't be trucking people. Alvin Kamara just be people just be falling off him. That's how it feels. That's the best way to describe it. Like power backs aren't power backs. You just can't bring them down because you're gonna be slipping and sliding and angles, and oh my god, it's a whole craziness. So to go back on the offensive line thing, right? And I get it. If you really learn how to slide your offensive line correctly and do that constantly, I think that's important to learn how to do, and I think it adds a really good skill gap to this game. But at the same time, these boys be doing that old Madden mobile stuff. I had an offensive lineman take me out while I was dropping back. I drop back, 3-step drop. Okay, defensive line gets beat. He's falling on the ground. I like that. I like that animation. Okay, let me climb back in the pocket with my offensive lineman to my right. He just bulldozes me to go get the defensive end that's 14 yards off the ball. What are we doing? What are we doing, son? As you can tell, I'm a little hyped up. I just lost a nail biter, like a last second University of Texas versus Alabama. I'm talking about, think of the Auburn ending last year, Jalen Monroe, left side of the end zone. I felt like I was like, oh my goodness, it was scary. So I'm a little more hyped up than usual. Okay, I'm a little more sad and apparent about it. But yo, offensive line blocking, I just want it to be more consistent. I get it. You can shift things. You can what's it called? You can accurately shift the line and do half slides and full slides. And I think that's a great addition. I think it's been there, but it seems to be a little more intuitive this time. And I think give you a little more information for you to kind of better understand it and better really use it for someone who, even if you aren't as, nuanced in the world of football, I think that's a good, a good feature. But at the same time, it's not just that, people are getting unblocked. It's that homie is doing like Madden mobile animations freezing up. And speaking of freezing up, number 3, the glitches. Glitches are supposed to happen. These are video games. That's fine. Glitches are hilarious. I think glitches are super funny. Shout out to my man, No Leg Jones, Broken Leg Jones. Who is it? Greg Jones, Greg Jennings, whoever was doing the stanky leg down the sideline to get into the end zone. Classic, amazing Madden footage. I love it. My problem is when I'm UTEP, right, in my road to glory, again, I've had a hard day. I've had a hard few weeks. I'm trying to rebuild this program as a 6'5" freaking nature quarterback. I'm rolling to my right. I'm looking at the end zone. I'm on the 5-yard line. Okay, how about I use this frame for good use? Go for a dive. Fumble. I'm cool with that. I think fumbles are very fair in this game. I think they happen at pretty. I think they be timing them fumbles at certain times. That's all I'm gonna say, and I like it. I think it makes for an interesting gameplay. But this fumble goes in the end zone. Oh dang, safety! You're thinking, right? Or not safety? Was it a touchback? Oh crap! But whatever, it's good to go. It bounces, smacks somebody in the balls, hits me in the chest, hits my teammate, and flies back 30 yards. It's third and goal from the 33. I was about to say third and third. There is no first down marker, son. Yeah, we lost to Penn State. Don't worry about it. But these glitches are a little silly. It's a little out of control. Let's keep some of them in there because they're kind of hilarious. I saw some Colorado player kick some dude in the nuts. That was fire. That's cool. But when you have things like, I've had this multiple times, and I think I'm gonna have this in the video. You probably already seen it. The clip of the guy walking on air and having a complete completion. I've had that. I was playing, I think, wide receiver Road to Glory, and Home Skillet the Biscuit. Actually, how about this? We just go back to it. How about that? We just go directly back to it. Home Skillet the Biscuit outside. Completely out. Look, boom, one of these numbers right here, because it's behind me. One of these numbers right here. This happened multiple times. If you play this game long enough and you really put some time in, you're gonna get multiple of these. I've never seen this. I've taken a Madden hiatus, so maybe these have just how crappy Maddens have been. And again, this is not a big deal, but at the same time, this happens to me in an online game, but we got some problems, dog. If homie is walking on water and completes a third down, it's gonna be ridiculous. Mine it wasn't even like this. I get this one. This one is like, okay, he steps, but I think he's technically inbounds, but he's just floating on air. Let me see it again, because we're gonna have to see. Never mind, he was floating on air and not in bounds. But mine, homie wasn't even in bounds or in the air. He literally, I watched it. He just stepped out. That's it. He just stepped out and they just gave it to him. I'm like, okay, let's hurry it up here because we got to keep it going. So stuff like that, dog, we got to get that fixed up. We got to get that done. Spamming the spin move. We're coming into the last two things of gameplay. I talked about how amazing it is to run the ball, but we can't just have spin moves and power jukes just dominate. I just don't. And if you've been playing Madden for a long time, I can't really talk about college football because when I got older and really started playing Madden and stuff, college football went away, right in 2014. So I was mostly playing those online. But there's a theme in Madden, and I think Madden players, y'all are gonna know this. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So every year, especially for the gameplay when it comes to online, because that one's a little more. That's the one that they like super balanced because everyone it has to be balanced because it's online gameplay, right? They do this thing where every year there's like a thing. There's like an overpowered thing, right? I think Madden 16, everybody remembers when aggressive catch spam. You just you bullet pass, hold up and to the left, and then hold Y. And if you've got a Julio Jones back there, hey, have fun because you're going to be scoring a touchdown a few times, okay? And then in some years, certain defenses are broken. So maybe in a 16, hey, zone coverage are just busted. Do not get in man coverage. Oh, whoop, and then you switch over. Okay, now man blitzes are the thing. Don't go in zone coverage. And those switch from back and forth. Sometimes having certain zone coverage, like it just... Each Madden, each game in EA's catalog seems to have a bit of a, I'll say, how do I say this? It's just a theme for what it is. And this one for College Football 25, the theme is running the ball. And the theme is when you're a ball carrier, you feel great. You feel amazing. You feel smooth. You feel like nobody can tackle you because nobody can tackle you if you press that B button. If you press that circle button, son, whatever console you seem to be on except for PC, you hit that thing. There's not a lot of response. When I hit the spin button, it's like my player sees things I didn't see. I hit the spin and he takes a hop step, stutters, and then he'll spin behind 4 people. I'm like, where did they come from? I had no idea. And then reverse field and take it for a 70-yard touchdown. It is so awesome. It is so cool. I need for it to keep it. And this kind of goes back for the defense thing. At the same time, though, dog, it just makes it. Every single time, if you are running at somebody like online, you know for the fact that first person if it's an open, he's not going to tackle you. You're going to get. I know I'm going to get juked or spin move every single time. And even if I try to, okay, well let's take a real elite angle here. Let's chop our feet, right? Let's get there. Let's wait. It doesn't. I'm on the pavement, dog. I'm over here like Allen Iverson's out in these cleats, just cooking me. It's ridiculous. Finally, the biggest issue with this goddamn game recording and regarding gameplay is that it's so much fun, son. I mean, like I said at the beginning, holy Toledo, this is an absolutely fun game, and I think all of the issues and some of the shortcomings from it gameplay wise, the glitches, the tackling that I think can just be more refined. I don't want it to be overpowered, and I don't want running not to feel fun, but I think there's a happy medium. I think we can still get some craziness like some of the things that we've seen while still making it a fair enough for it to block it. And the glitches, again, things that are making it not able to play the game effectively, things that take me out of the whole simulation of the beautifulness of college football is going to be some issues. But at the end of the day, and the reason why I'm not sitting here saying don't buy this game, the reason why I'm so happy and the reason why I'll continue to play this game, even if nothing gets fixed, is because no matter what you say and all the criticism, right? I think people need to understand what criticism is. I'm not an old fogey where I'm gonna talk about this generation. No, every generation does not know what criticism is. It's been like this for eons and ages and something like that. It's not easy for someone to come at and try to find wrong things about the things that you enjoy. It's not great, but if you could be an adult about it or just be a little mature about it, you can sit and look at this game as a broken masterpiece. It is exhilarating. It's so much fun. The most fun football game I've played in the last decade, because Madden has not reached these heights, and they've had years and what's it called, resources and everything. So I think just the fact that college football and the 134 teams alone, just that, having 134 teams and different feelings of them, and the fact that they do feel distinct and they feel different, I think they've done a remarkable job. So as broken as this game is, give it to me for another 10 years and I'd be a-okay. But you get in the comments, man. You leave a like on this video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Tell me how you're feeling with Madden 25. What's your biggest gripes, your biggest things? And next video, we're going to talk about the uniforms that are missing in this game, because I think all this attention to detail, we should be adding it, but I think there's a remedy for that, as well as we'll also be talking about the positives. We've been making some problems with college football. Let's talk about just a whole video about how dang fun this game is, because it is. There's some great things, great moments. So y'all be amazing. Y'all be blessed. I appreciate y'all for joining me, and we'll see you next time, okay?